So, tell me who you are.
My name is Jariel Pratt. I'm the owner and designer of Jariel Shop, and I am 18 years old, and I am a currently college student right now.
And where you going to college at?
I am doing online classes with Shorter University. They gave me a scholarship, and I was like, don't want to waste that money, so I just did online classes with Shorter University. I didn't go out because I'm not ready for the world yet, but I wanted to stay home, do my college classes, and try to understand myself and the world better.
What's your story?
My story is a very long and complex story of what happens to me and my family, what I had to go through, and everything that I learned through it. So we're gonna start on October 31st, 2009. That is the night I was took away from my parents to go into foster care. It was a long story between my mom and my dad, and somebody heard the story from it, the police and everything, and they said we need to take these kids away for my mother to get right to take us back. With going to foster care, I was only 9 years old, and my brother was 6 or 5 at the time. And
So you were very aware what was going on?
Yes, I was very aware. I was in the car. I remember I was in the car. My mom and some lady went outside. The police was there, and my mother was crying. And my brother started crying, and I had to be there to comfort him, like, it's okay. There's nothing wrong. Mommy's fine. She's not going to jail. So I'm just over here calming him down. And then we see another family come, and I was like, oh, look, it's just they're talking, TJ. My brother's name is TJ, and my mother comes to the car, and she said, listen, you're going to somewhere safe. You won't be with mommy anymore, but I'm going to get you. I promise.
How did that make you feel at that point?
I was sad, but I didn't want to. I was crying, but I tried to suck it up to be there for my brother, because my mother told me, Jariel, I need you to be there for your brother, because my brother has autism, Asperger's, all this stuff, and I had to be a mother to him while we were together in foster care. So we get out the car, and then my mom comes to me saying, Jariel, I need you to watch over your brother. Whatever happens, always be there for him. I need you to be the mother like I was to him. You know how I treat him, all his disorders. I need you to be there for him. So after I heard that from my mother, I stopped crying, and I did, like my mom, when she doesn't cry in front of us, I had to do that in front of my brothers to know that I'm strong enough. We're gonna be all right. So a white lady, I remember, she came up to us saying, it's okay. This is so-and-so. These gonna be your new parents for now, while your mother will be getting you back. She was telling me that, not TJ, because he was crying. Throughout the whole experience, we were living with the lady. It was a year. We were doing fine. They treated us right. And then it was time for us to get ready to go to another foster home. But this time we had to be split up.
So how long did this last?
3 years. For the first one, we didn't stay for long. We stayed for at least 3 or 4 months. And then we had to be separated from each other. I had to be separated from my brother.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me sad, because what my mother said, I had to be a mother to him and watch over him, and I can't because I'm split from him. He went to another foster home, and I was in another foster home. We were in Opelika, Alabama, Auburn, Alabama. And I had to go live somewhere with the hood and the trailer parks. My brother was in a safe place, in a safe environment. I didn't care where I was living. I just told the social worker I need my brother somewhere safe, that no one will harm him and nothing will happen to him. I was taken to trailer parks with a lovely lady. She treated me fine. She treated me like a mother. And every weekend, me and my brother see each other, but my brother did not want to leave me every time he came to visit me. But I had to talk to him. I said, TJ, everything's going to be all right. They're going to take good care of you. I promise you. We're going to get back together. I'm going to make something happen for us to get back together. So one day, our social worker comes like every 2 weeks to see me and my brother. And this foster parents, I've been praying to God because I want my brother back. And I told my social worker. My social worker told me that there's a family that would like to take you for the weekend because my foster parents had to go somewhere, and they said they'll bring my brother to go visit this foster parent.
Why is this emotional for you?
Cause my brother, I couldn't be there for my brother, but
You felt like you failed him?
Yeah. And I didn't want to fail him. I was trying to be what my mom said, the mother that I was supposed to show to TJ like she was to him. And I felt like I failed him because we had to get split up. And it was hard. I cried.
How hard?
Oh, it was so hard. I cried. I didn't eat at all for a whole week. The lady kept telling me, you need to eat. You can't. I was like, I can't. And yeah. And it was hard for me, but I always had the lady's number that was taking care of my brother. We talked all the time. He tells me these good things happening. They had a dog and a cat. He loved the dog and the cat, and my brother loves fishing. And they had a fishing place, and I was just happy that he was happy. Even though where I was at, I was like maid there. I was cleaning and everything, trying to learn housewife. They were teaching me that, and I really appreciate them doing that because the lady couldn't move a lot. So I was prepared to clean and everything and cook. Yeah.
So where you guys are back with your mother now, right?
Yes.
Okay, both of you.
Yes, we're back with our mom, but
How long you been back with your mom?
let's see, 2011
Okay.
we went back.
Okay.
So it wasn't long, but we went back home in 2011. But once the lady, we spent the night, we stayed with her throughout our whole 3 years. And God sent her to us, I can tell. I learned how to sing at the church, and there's this song, My Worship is Real, she made me sing, and she saw power of me singing that, and every time I come by, she wants me to sing that song. So Beverly and Joel Johnson, my foster parents, I love and cherish forever. I see them every time they need me to worship dance at the church, I'll go, because they really changed both of our lives. They really helped us a lot, and they did everything they could. They made it, they were just like wonderful parents.
What's your biggest fear in life?
Losing my family again and going through.
Why is that so important? Why is family so important to you?
My mother, even despite everything that she goes through, she has PTSD, and I just have to be there for her, because with PTSD, there's a lot of things going on with someone with PTSD. And my brother has autism, and I don't have anything wrong with me, but I want to be there for them.
So you have to be the
I'm like the
next mommy.
The next mommy. I was a mom to TJ. I raised him for 3 years because my mom wasn't there, but she was there seeing us almost every weekend that she can of the month while we were in foster care. She always been there for our birthdays. Even when she can't, she'd call us or send us a present. But
so being there for your mom, who was there for you?
God, mostly. God. I have a village now, my pastor. I got a godmother. Before she was my godmother, she was there to help me despite everything that I was going through.
Any regrets in life?
Me being suicidal.
And describe what that means. What does that mean? Why were you
trying to take my life because I didn't felt loved or cherished enough when we came back home. I was the middle child. My sister was living there, and my brothers were living there. And my mom had to think about my sister because she's getting ready to graduate high school, going to college, and she had to take care of TJ. So I wasn't loved or cherished or noticed. Every time I talked about it, my mom was like, I'm going to do something for you. We're going to go somewhere. And we never really did at times.
And take me to that place when you didn't feel love. What was going through your mind?
I was thinking that maybe that I was just here for no reason. Like, she just birthed me and didn't care about me. Or maybe there's nothing wrong with me. She didn't want to talk to me or anything. I just didn't feel welcome there and didn't feel loved because I was the middle child. The middle child don't always get noticed. And then throughout all that time going to middle school at the new place, it was a mostly all white school, and I was bullied because I was skin colored.
What would they say to you?
They would say I was smart and everything. They would say you're such a teacher's pet, and always drew me as a little pet and saying how ugly I was because of my skin color or how my hair was. And every time I switched it up, like maybe dressed like them, they say that I'm the white wannabe. And one day there was these boys wanted to know about me and everything and try to almost trick me. They was like, you should come by and see us over here at this area, and they were trying to manipulate me. So I went away from that, and glad that a teacher was there.
They were trying to, what were they trying to do to you?
Trying probably to rape me, because how there was all of them trying to get ready to touch me, and I just knew this was not a great place. So I'm so glad that there was somebody there to stop them and get them, and I was safe from all of that. They couldn't really do anything about it because it was after school hours, and they did get in trouble, but at least I was safe. There was nothing happened to me, and I'm just glad I never got raped at that time. So I was really bullied there because every time
you just been bullied. And how old were you when this happened?
I was about to I was 10 years old.
And when did it stop?
It stopped when I moved away from Opelika. When I went to Columbus, Georgia, my mom wanted to move to Columbus, Georgia because our church and our family was in Columbus, Georgia, so we moved away. And I would never forget everything that happened. So we come to Columbus, Georgia. Everything was nice in the middle school and everything, but I still didn't feel loved in the household. So one day I just said, I'm just going to take my life away. I was home alone from coming to school, and I got a knife. I went in my room and get ready to slit myself and stab in my heart. But before I was getting ready to stab my heart, I stopped, like right here. And I just heard somebody, it was God, saying, don't do it. It's not worth it. You have a future and something there for the world, and I need you to be here. I told my mother when I was ready to talk about these things. I wasn't ready to talk about these things because I didn't want her to think of me differently.
And what helped you?
God, and praying to God and learning me and my mom, like she's coming to me, loving me more, and I just trusted her more to talk to her about all these things I was going through. And then after all that, I was loved and treated, and I felt like I was loved and treated in the household. Once they knew about me almost about to take my life, they were all there for me, but told me that I was wrong for doing that, but they're here for me if I ever needed anything or just to talk about anything. So
So that was big.
It's a big story.
That was big. So tell me this. You trying to commit suicide, and you being bullied, and you almost being raped, and you being in foster care. What do you think? What's the reason why you went through all that? Because I know for sure that there's a reason for everything. So why do you think you went through all that, and what kind of person did it make you after? So
throughout my whole story, when I got older and thought about everything that I've been through, being beat up, almost raped, almost committed suicide, I just thought that there's a lot of people out here that's being like that, and I should be an inspiration or try to help them. Because with my bracelets in Jariel's shop, they're called Bracelets Are Cuter Than Scars. Bracelets are cuter than scars because, you know, people cut their stuff right here in their wrists, and bracelets are right here in your wrist. So I say with my bracelets are cuter than scars. So I put that in my business because I was suicidal, and I want people to know that you're not alone. If you need someone to talk to, I can be there for them. Even when I don't give the great advice, I'm going to give you some kind of advice that I learned to give to you so you will not go through this. Because I know a lot of people are being bullied because their skin color, their hair, their shape. Because I was bullied for being big. I was in high school. Before I graduated, my 11th grade year, I was beaten up in the bathroom because I was fat. I ran for princess at my old school, not the one I graduated, my old school in 9th and 10th grade year, and they tore down my posters, said how much of a B I was. big girl. But all
that made you stronger.
All that made me stronger because I was like, I know I'm worth it. I wasn't suicidal because I stopped that. I was like, I'm going to just let them do that. I'm going to be strong enough. Even though I didn't win Princess, I was strong enough for what I was doing.
But you were Miss Greenwave.
Yes.
At Spencer High School. So.
Yes, but when I was getting ready to run for Miss Greenwave at Spencer High School, I felt needed there. Everyone really loved me for who I am, and how nice I was, caring I was. I always want to be there for people. I wasn't just a pretty face. I was somebody that somebody needed. I needed to be there for somebody because I hear a lot of girls come to me. I heard about what you did and you're such an inspiration. I want to be like you when I grow up. That's what people need. And I was like, I'm going to do what I need to do as myself for this school, for this community, and for Miss Greenwave. And now that I won, I'm going to be a face to the community and the school and be an advocate for everything I do for my school. Not only for my school, but for my community and for those kids out there that really need somebody.
So tell me this, what's the best advice you've ever been given? And who was it that gave it to you?
Well, it was at a vision board party, and we had to put some quotes on the vision board. And I'm just looking on a magazine and everything. I didn't find anything. So I have this app that motivational quotes, and it says, every time I was being rejected at something, I was actually being redirected to something better.
And what was that app called?
It's called Motivational Quotes. That's what it's on. It's black and it has little things. Okay. It's I don't know who is it by. I should have looked it up.
That's
but
okay.
It was a quote that I put it on my vision board. I won that vision board party first place because of that one quote. Wow. Because every time that I was being rejected by something, I was actually being redirected to something better. I lived that quote every day of my life because I was actually being rejected for everything, but actually God was redirecting me to something better. Yes. And now that I'm here, I was redirected to something better from winning Miss Greenwave. My business
at your high school.
At my high school, at Spencer High School. My business is booming. A lot of girls are inspired by my business.
And you have more things coming up too, right?
Oh yes, more things are coming soon for Jariel's shop for my people that's suicidal or bullied. And also I'm doing an organization for girls that can't buy those feminine products. So I'll be sending schools feminine products and also hygiene products to kids that don't have deodorant, shampoo at home. They can go somewhere and get it for free. And so I'm going to do an organization for that.
So let me ask you this question. And since you gave you told me the best advice you've ever been given, what's the best advice you've ever give to someone, and who was that person?
It was a girl, my mentor. I'm a mentor to one of my girls.
Was your mentee?
Yeah, mentee.
Okay.
My mentee.
That's okay.
My mentee. She was not doing good in school. She was being in trouble. She was bullying probably other students.
Oh, was she?
Yes. So I had to get to her. I was like, listen, one day you're going to regret every decision you make because you probably hurt that person. So I need you to be the bigger person and help someone than terrorist someone. And ever since I told her that, tears rolled down her eyes. I also said some other stuff. We ain't gonna get to that, but I told her that you're not gonna be somebody that bullying people and be someone across the street. I need you to be the bigger person because I see something in you that you don't see in yourself. So she was a troublemaker at school, but she stopped. After what I heard, she's doing well in school. It's a little trouble with the subjects, but she's getting there. But I see her growing, and it's just wonderful to see that. So I had to tell her that.
And what do you know for sure?
From her?
So I love Oprah Winfrey, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I love Oprah Winfrey. And her column, she has a column, What I Know For Sure. And that's anything, what you know for sure about life or anything like that. So what do you, Jariel, know for sure about anything? What do you know for sure?
I know for sure that I have a place here where I live at Because I heard God say, you're not leaving Columbus, Georgia. There's something here for you that you don't know yet, but you're going to be working on it soon. So once I heard that, I pray to God. I do my devotionals and everything and try to figure out what is this thing I'm here for. And I'm here for just to probably inspire and motivate not even young girls, boys, adults, and everybody that's going through something similar to me. And that they're not alone, that I can be there for them. And there's probably much more that I don't know yet. God didn't show that open door yet, but every door open, there's another door closing, something that didn't need to be in my life.
Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Yes, I loved it. I love talking about my story. If anybody ever want me to talk about my story, I'm just there. Just give me a call. I'll be like, yes, I would love to tell you my story. I do not mind.
Your inspiration.
Thank you, Matthew.
You're welcome.